Well, I'm reading the Bible again for like the 13th time, starting in Genesis. Okay, so I've read all through Genesis, and now I'm in Exodus, and I'm specifically looking for the characters in the Bible and determining whether they're being controlled by their subconscious mind or their conscious mind. And the way you can tell is the conscious mind, they're fear-based. They're trying to keep the status quo. They're trying to, not lose what they got. The ones that are outside of their subconscious mind, they're in their conscious mind, or they're seeking the higher power of God. All right, it is, of course, is obvious, and they're trying to go further and do more, and that's the difference. Okay, and so now I noticed a definite contrast in Moses from the time that before he went up to Mount Sinai until afterwards. I mean, what he's putting out is, in the beginning was kind of scattered and random, but now things are like really detailed. The ark and how it's all designed, and the tabernacle, and the colors and measurements, just very specific. Definitely it's like a different person, right? So then last night I go to Recharge Wednesday at Center Church, and Jonathan Stoops, and I had never heard him preach before, and he's a youth pastor. He's not one of the elders, man, but he was on it. Oh my God, he's so powerful. And he had a way, okay, so getting people up, getting people that rise in energy, that heart energy. All right, you can't order somebody, to get fired up about, God or anything. It just doesn't work, right? But what he did, and I've seen this happen before in another church in California, Church of His Kingdom. The pastor there was named John too, would do that, and he would actually have people meet the elders and the church leaders like at 7:00 in the morning on Sunday, and just get everybody just amped up. And so they were already in the spirit before service started. Well, Jonathan did that right there in front of everybody and got everybody just like, you could feel it. And then the praise and worship was awesome. So when you're trying to connect, when you're trying to get your conscious mind and your subconscious mind working together, there's a couple different ways. One is focusing on your breathing, okay, and then the other is looking at a fire, okay, of campfire, fire in the fireplace. Your subconscious mind sees it as a threat and focuses on it intently, but your conscious mind knows it's not a threat, and it keeps your subconscious mind from throwing interference or random thoughts at you. It's a really good time for teaching. The trail life. They go camping all the time, and what do you do at night? You're sitting by the fire, right, and you're talking to the kids about their faith, or other camping trips, or other lessons, whatever, right? All right, but they had the new music ministry, all right, and they didn't have words to follow on the screen. It was kind of intermittent, right? But the musical tone and the worship team, all right, being on key, all right, and songs I'd never sang before, I could stay right with them, okay? And that is like, oh, that's another way to harness your it's where your subconscious mind and your conscious mind are working together, all right? And so it was just really powerful. Then he got into his talk about Jonah, and he was able to relate, and he really didn't go deep into personal experiences, but the way he said it, you knew he'd been in the pit before, and I could totally relate to every time me being in the pit and coming out of the pit, right? And making that connection, and going through, basically going through hard times makes you stronger, because you seek the guidance from God. You seek the Spirit. Okay, and I'm going, oh my gosh, all right, what he is doing. And I'm looking back in the Bible. God, he did it with, Abraham. He did it with Abraham's experience was sacrificing Isaac. Okay, and once he got through that, that was like the worst case scenario. All right, anything else was nothing. Fear was gone. All right, and then Moses, was once he went up to the mountain for 40 days. And then, but even Joshua's experience, fighting the Amalekites, why Moses was praying and Aaron's holding up his hands. All right, he was, what? God's with us. Who can be? He had that strong experience to pull from. All right, so I'm like thinking ahead already to David. I can't wait to get into First and Second Kings and Samuel, First and Second Samuel. All right, and seeing how that plays out. Right, but it was awesome. It was just awesome, man. The spirit last night was incredible, and Jonathan just impressed me to no end. Not so much about how good a speaker he is, but how he had everything together. There was no, he wasn't searching for things to say because he had it licked. He had it down, right? But the power, the spirit that you could feel in the church while he was preaching, and the music ministry, all new people, all different than we've had before, right? And or different people working together, but it was just amazing. And it's it's how you see it, right? I mean, this, it depends on where your mind is. Okay, what your reality is. It's incredible. All right, have a beautiful Thursday.